Let us now try to derive an expression for work done on an ideal gas. Let the work be taken as mechanical work, which is pressure volume work. So it can be either expansion work or compression work. Let 1 mole of an ideal gas be enclosed in a cylinder fitted with a frictionless piston. Let the volume, initial volume, be taken as Vi, and the pressure of the ideal gas inside the cylinder is taken as P. External pressure is denoted as P external. If the external pressure is greater than the pressure of the gas inside the cylinder, then the piston moves inwards. When the piston moves inwards, the gas will get compressed. So work here is taken as compression work if P external is greater than P. When the piston moves inwards, we know that the volume will decrease. P external can also be less than P. In such a case, the piston will move outwards. So work done in this case should be considered as expansion work. As a result of expansion, the volume will increase. So let us now consider here that P external is greater than P and that the piston moves inwards. So that compression work is considered here. Let the distance moved by the piston be taken as equal to L and the area of cross section of the piston be equal to A. What will be volume change delta V equal to? It will be equal to V final minus V initial. It is also equal to A into L. Now consider volume change delta V. If it is compression work, the final volume will be less than the initial volume, so that delta V will be negative. Whereas if it is expansion, there will be an increase in volume. That is, V final will be greater than V initial. In such a case, delta V will be positive. So delta V will be positive for expansion work and negative for compression work. Now what is pressure given as equal to? We know that pressure is equal to force by area. So what will be force on the piston, acting on the piston? It will be equal to P external into area. We have to get an expression for work done on the system. And what is work done on the system? It is compression work. And what is it equal to? Force into distance. But force is equal to P external into area. So we get work done on the system as equal to P external into A into L. But we know that A into L is equal to delta V. So work done on the system is written as equal to P external into minus delta V, or it is equal to minus P external into V final minus V initial. Why is it that a negative sign is introduced? It is because we know that work done on the system is positive. So if it has to be positive, what should be V final minus V initial? We know that during compression work, V final minus V initial or delta V will be negative. So negative into negative will become positive, and so that work done on the system can be obtained as positive. So that is why a negative sign is introduced in the equation. If the pressure is not constant at every stage of compression but changes in number of finite steps, then what will be total work done equal to? Total work done is then taken as equal to minus summation P delta V. If the pressure, that is external pressure, is not constant at every stage of compression but it changes during the process, that is the pressure is infinitesimally greater than the pressure of the gas, in such a situation, at each stage of compression, the volume will decrease only by an infinitesimal amount. In such a situation, how can the work done be calculated? In this situation, work done is given as equal to minus integral V initial to V final P external into dV. We have thus derived an expression for work done on the system. It is equal to minus P external into delta V. If the pressure is not constant but changes in a number of finite steps, then work done is given as minus summation P into delta V. And if the pressure is not constant and that the pressure is infinitesimally greater than the pressure of the gas, then work done is given as minus integral V initial to V final P external into dV. Next we shall see what is meant by a reversible process. To know about a reversible process, we should know how the change is brought out. If the process could at any moment be reversed by an infinitesimal change, then the process can be considered as a reversible process. Now we should also know how the reversible process proceeds. The reversible process will proceed by a series of equilibrium states such that the system and the surroundings are always in near equilibrium with each other. So if a process proceeds by a series of equilibrium states such that the system and the surroundings are in near equilibrium with each other, the process can be considered as reversible.